Greetings, my fellow children of Adam. We continue our conquest in this glorious universe against the heretics. The first thing I want to do is to go into my Corvettes here, and let's change over to Missile Boat. I think the children of Adam should be using nuclear missiles and lasers, right? That kind of makes sense. Yeah, so we have a slightly new styled ship. And yes, we're just going to name these Curie because we'll keep it simple. Alright, so we'll build up some Curies once our current ships get destroyed. I'm not going to scuttle them or to refit them. We'll just use them in glorious combat until they are obsolete. Alright, so continue where we left off. We are expanding our territory
the spirits
out.
Have granted us new wisdom.
We just got... Oh, so the rubricators. Let's start digging. And we got... Our Corvettes are a little bit stronger.
Construction complete.
We are going to get maybe...
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
I got the housing, which took mere minutes. We're going to ignore the mass drivers. Let's see, what do we want out of these? Mining station output. Looks good to me. Checking in on what everyone was doing. So, Higma. Let's head down here. And here's the new archaeological site.
Construction complete.
Imethuin. And we're surveying that up. And it also has a relic world. Very cool. On there for us. Alright, so we got better detectors. Let's see. We're going to need a better reactor before we add anything new to our ships. But, yeah, I'd like to get station out research output. But we'll get reactors. Speaking of that, our leaders here. Let's take a quick look. That leader is working on particle. We still don't have a better leader to put in her place. Looking for one, though. Looking to fire her. Is basically what I'm saying. Another thing I could do is to spread to that relic world. We're lacking a little bit of alloys to do it. So I can sell off to gain said alloys. We just made some progress on that archaeological dig at Kabzek. And unfortunately, we dug it all the way out and there's nothing. Either we failed enough or it was a path to no end. Gave us energy or minerals, but that was about it. Alright, so I'm going to start excavating this system as soon as we claim it for our own. Where's my other construction ship? Yeah, this construction ship head there. And this other one will help to expand territory when it's done. Our scientist is heading to the closest choke point. Surveying that up. Wow, they are really pushing here. I really ought to start expanding towards them as well. Or really just war with them in conquest. It's kind of okay with me. Now, at this point, let's do a quick health check of our planets. They're healthy. They could be worse.
Survey complete.
Now, it was suggested by Vager that I might want to save up for encourage planet growth, and that would be great to do. Alright, Imethuin is all surveyed. I'm going to try to survey by dawn before it's captured by heretics. My work on Sidianope helped to balance my credit budget.
Construction complete.
You know, I'm actually going to send my fleet up against whatever's here at
Anomaly
Eartheus
found.
and get them, well, basically killed off, so that we can start replacing them with the proper ships that we want. Alright, so we have a lot to do here. We've got a relic world that we'd want to colonize. And there's also a archaeological dig there as well. So for us to be able to tap into that, we need to claim the world, and then we'll start using it.
Construction complete.
And there is our colony ship, and it's going to remain idle for a bit.
Anomaly found.
Now I still have Map the Stars activated, so we are able to find more anomalies. Trying to reduce the amount of imperialists that I have. They're not really generating any science for my faction, so got to get rid of them. The construction ship is claiming Imethuan. Utopian Dream. Reducing my consumer goods usage by a bit. That'll be helpful. Alright, the Caravaneers are offering us another destroyer. I keep telling them no, and they keep asking.
System survey complete.
Strange creatures they are. Alright, construction ship is almost done in Imethuan.
Construction complete.
So then the scientist will start excavating the site, and my colony ship will start to colonize Imethuan, and we'll call this planet the Glow, and we'll call Imethuan the Glow.
We are spreading our faith to a new world.
Righteous names, for sure. So, if you're curious what a relic world is, this is, of course, from the Ancient Relics DLC. Relic worlds are a smaller part of the Ancient Relics DLC. They are a new class of planet that's essentially covered in ruins. Relic worlds tend to have archaeological sites on them, and the
Anomaly found.
Relic world archaeological digs tend to be long and complicated. And I actually don't want to finish the one here immediately because I do believe it leads to combat, and combat that I'm not necessarily going to win. So I got to wait patiently for my empire to become a little bit stronger to complete
System survey
the Glow's
complete.
relic chain.
Heretic fleet engaged.
Alright, so there is some amoeba here. Oh no, what are your mining drones? Look like mining drones, yeah. A little bit of a mining drone fleet there. Actually, let's get Bidon first, and then Gossick. And as you can see, we're losing ships. That was by design, so that we might roll out some Curie corvettes. Which one's which? I don't even know. Hold on. Let's destroy this. Okay. Now I can't make the wrong ones. And because I've lost some ships, I have dipped in Empire strength comparison to the Lachics. So they're no longer viable rivals. So before I continue too far into this archaeological dig, before I'm properly ready, I will retask this scientist to survey other things. Alright, so my fleet went to retreat, but I got rid of half of the mining drones that were there. Alright, so this world would be good to... Well, and then Lythorius would be great to own as well. But it's also good that this choke point here hasn't been absorbed. Alright, the game's telling me that I need better fleet strength, so I'll start working towards that. I have a whole lot of minerals. Now, the market price of alloys is, not gonna lie, pretty steep. Oh, a devouring swarm. Alright. Where are you? Oh, you're way down here. Devouring swarm, easy rivals, because they never like anyone. So there's, you know, no disadvantage to rivaling them. It's not like you're making a new enemy.
System survey complete.
Alright, so I'm really interested in getting this world here, because that world is a super choke point for this cluster. They rivaled me back. No surprise
Evading
there.
heretics. Construction complete.
And my scientist here just hit some more mining drones. So let's try to go the northern path. I'm slowly expanding my territory to this sort of choke. It's not much of a choke, but this sort of back line there to prevent... Oops, wrong kind of class. To prevent the evil Lachiks from having a monopoly back there. And there's a new type of alien, the Lambda aliens, that I can investigate. This is what their ships look like. I think when I hit 35 population here... Oh, you know what I can do?
Construction complete.
I'm going to help expand my population quicker. I'm going to buy some food and then do the encourage planetary growth to try to increase my population faster. Costly, but worth it. Alright, definitely need to wait on some resources to expand, including influence, which isn't easy to immediately gain.
System survey complete.
Yeah, why not upgrade our Armada here.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Got my fusion reactor. That will allow me to have enough power for shields, so we might as well research shields. Still interested in replacing the scientist. Still not finding a viable replacement. Alright, you are resilient. Meaning you'll live long. So I'm going to have him...
System survey complete.
I'm going to have him start researching these anomalies here. Alright, I didn't want those little indicators to continually bother me about telling me I need to go somewhere I already know. Alright, I just discovered more archaeology at Sassin, so I'm definitely going to have to claim that world. But there's no one that's going to vie for that territory for a while. It's pretty deep within my territory and locked up as a result. Alright, I'm waiting on mostly alloys. I've been eyeballing a third alloy foundry at my homeworld, because I do have a lot of minerals and not a whole lot of alloys, and that would help jumpstart my economy. But at the moment, the only way to do that is to replace my research lab or temple, or wait for my population to expand to 35.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Oops, I didn't mean
Our
to
ships have been improved.
tell them to research that. Just keep surveying. Alright, let's get better armor, too. I foresee in the pretty near future that we will be at war with a lot of our neighbors. So, investing in our military is a healthy thing to do, in my opinion. Because this guy's navy is superior to ours, but not overwhelmingly so. I'm going to Ubarak Union. I'm going to return it to them for the possible influence, because that will allow me to expand my territory pretty quickly. And these are neighbors of mine. Oh, here's even more neighbors. They're spiritualists and warriors like I am. So we're likely to like them, which is strange. So we might end up trying to subjugate them instead of conquer them. Whereas these guys, I'm going to re-rival them.
The spirits have
So now I should have 3 rivals. Yes, I do. They have a lot of archaeological sites at their territory. They've already fully investigated one. So there's not much I can do about that. Okay, what do I want here? Gene clinics would help with pop growth, but I think I'm going to go with adaptive bureaucracy because I've been looking for better leaders for a while now. So they gave me 100 influence, or not gave me, but I was rewarded 100 influence for returning their territory to them, which allows me to push towards the choke point that I share with them. And as you can see, I am quickly getting boxed in. Which is why you want to spread as fast as you can. In fact, I'm going to have this construction ship stop at Wegmore and start expanding to the borders of my empire. And then once you have a well-established border of your empire, the size of your empire, you can start conquering.
System survey complete.
That's sort of how I do. So my energy credit crisis is definitely over. I'm no longer constantly in the hole. And what I'm doing now is just tuning up my armada the best I can.
System survey complete.
And as you can see, these guys are interested in expanding into my backyard, basically. So it's a race. At this point, I think what I'm going to do is stop suppressing this faction because it costs me influence.
Complete.
And that will raise my influence a little bit. Yep, as you can see, they're already expanding. Now, if purple closes the border to me, my scientist will have to find his way home.
Construction complete.
The Otheli cult is probably someone I'm likely to subjugate, given that we have relatively similar ethos. Whereas the Latchex
complete.
And really everyone else that I've met needs to die. Die by the sword. Alright, as soon as I get the influence, I'll expand westward.
System survey complete.
We're doing a pretty good job of filling in all the surveying. So we know our neighborhood quite well. Now, as soon as I have a border that shares with the Otheli, that's going to cause a little bit of conflict. People don't like to share borders with others. Is sort of the rule of thumb. But I run that risk happily. I'm expanding Megaton and Curie because they're coming up on their population caps. Oh, and a new tradition. So let's go with leader lifespan. We don't really have any unemployment or strata problems.
Construction complete.
I'd like to get 2 as fast as I can. Alright, so we have scientists that have found a Cybrix base, an old one.
System survey complete.
And we'll research that. That was a long anomaly that we got. And then we'll head to Eartheus to get the debris. And to survey that as well. So Toropia and Heze, I don't really need. They're not high resource solar systems. But I would like to know if this system and this system are worth it, and then Pash as well. Is that Pash or Posh? Posh. Now, as I expand my territory, my Empire Sprawl goes up, and that makes traditions and texts more expensive. Because I'm larger. In effect.
Construction complete.
And there is research ways to combat this. Oh, I found some more people. Slaving despots. And a new archaeology site. At, oh, well, no, that's deep within the slaving despots territory. So, not going to get that. And I think they've already finished it.
Construction complete.
So the glow just finished. Expanding. And there's clearable blockers here. They're different things that I can unlock, of course. At the moment, I'm just going to wait for the population to grow. There's not much point in investing in a planet when it's teeny. Actually, let's skip constructing on Sapir and immediately build the base on 2. Because 2 is about to become the choke point. 2 in Posh here. Now, I might not reinforce. I don't think I'm ever probably going to war directly with Purple. Oh, the Riggins. The Riggins is a...
Heretics.
Okay, so that's a mining drone as well.
Evading heretics.
Yeah, I know. That means that this scientist here can be retasked to this area. And this scientist, survey here. Generally speaking, the ancient mining drone systems have a lot of good minerals, so they're good to go too. I like how the Tomb World and the Relic World almost look the same from these icons. They're near identical. Well, due to all my faction satisfaction and rivalries, I am building up a pretty healthy amount of influence pretty quickly, which is good, because that allows me to expand my territories out and secure the archaeology sites that I want. Alright, so here's the rematch. I'll watch this time. My volley of missiles coming in.
Evading heretics.
And no losses. That is fantastic.
Construction complete.
Alright, so this scientist here is going to research the debris and then survey the system.
Our science ship is beset by enemies.
What science ship? Oh, this is the central mining hub. Oh, that's going to be a wealthy district to hold. So, Fegor, Posh, and Landiz are all going to be systems that I have to kind of fight for. Now that I share a border with these guys, we might get some border tensions, but we'll see. So my Armada did quite nicely. I'd like to try to get Sooth ASAP. Capture that as my territory. Huh, there's a tropical world here I didn't even really know about. Go figure. I skipped over it, and how would have you ever known, you know?
Construction complete.
Alright, so the guys that just made contact with me, I want to become their patron. So I need to give them 1,000 energy credits to do so, and they will increase my research rate. So let's purchase that. And now my research goes up a bit, which is great. So if you check here, it is Curator Insight, which raises this all by 10%. Again, still looking to replace that scientist, but haven't had the chance yet. Now, Lachix has been a little slow expanding
Debris
here,
analyzed.
but it's also probable that they'll capture this too. I don't much mind if they hold that, because there's a clear border there. And I've already surveyed it, and there's not, you know, important stuff there that I would not want to forego. Alright, so Eartheus is a system with good resources, and I'd like to own it.
Anomaly found.
Alright, so we have a scientist sitting on Adam here. Let's see, I guess you can start researching anomalies in the area.
Construction complete.
Now, my giant land grab is, I wouldn't say it's over, but it's definitely slowed because I am boxed in now by all of the neighboring empires. And I have to pick my fights carefully, making sure I analyze the alliances, because I don't want to be crushed with overwhelming odds.
Construction complete.
I would probably say that Lachix is probably the first one that I want to war with, and at the moment, they're actually... they don't have any allies, so it would be a fair war. It wouldn't be a 2 versus 1 or anything like that. Alright, so it looks like I'm capturing Sooth before the Lachix, and that gives
Anomaly
me...
found.
that gives me access to Eartheus, which is good. Runaway greenhouse effect on Kotor. Okay. Well, that increases the amount of research that it can get from there, so, you know, it's nice to find a Venus here or there. My fleets are repairing up.
Situation log updated.
Yeah, let's do it. head to the Zevran Labs. Fortunately, they're just about in my territory. Sometimes they're just not all that accessible, so it's nice when they're nice and close. So they have an overwhelming fleet power to me. I think I'm going to start fielding more ships.
New wisdom.
And in doing so, we should invest in maybe a fleet academy. Wouldn't be bad. But I would even do a command limit first. And that allows me to put more ships in one fleet, which is a very powerful tool for combat.
System survey complete.
Alright, so I grab Sooth, and that's going to prevent Bidon from grabbing Eartheus easily, because they'd have to hop over me, which is a good thing. And then I'm going to start researching all the anomalies that I've been skipping over. I skipped over them, it's probably obvious to most of you, but I skipped over them so that I could survey further and faster. Had I lingered to research every single anomaly, my territory would be a lot smaller. And it's not time. Most of these anomalies, debris being a little bit different, but most of these anomalies are not time sensitive and you can leave them. And the only way that you could lose access to them is if you lose the territory. So, you know, but that hasn't happened anywhere. Oh, Curie just got an eye for talent. Cool. So now leaders gain experience faster and they can level up higher, which is great. And we are a imperialistic society, so she is leader for life until she dies. The Glow just got an odd factory, which would unlock if I had more population there, but I do not. Speaking of population, I can encourage it. So let me sell more of my minerals, as I normally do. And we will buy some food. And I will encourage population growth elsewhere. So first I'm going to do it on Curie, because Curie is a more developed planet. And then let's see if I can't afford some more food to do it elsewhere as well.
Special project complete.
Decisions. Encourage population growth. Alright, so I have encouraged population growth on all my planets. Manpower is definitely the most precious resource. Very, very important to invest in your own population early on. So Map the Stars has probably not re-up that, because there's just not enough territories left for me to bother. I don't know, maybe. Alright, so I'm getting a whole lot of sort of events here.
Construction complete.
From researching all these anomalies, which are adding resources. So, like, Stimus here, or Stimsis, has 8 more resources that I can tap into from the anomalies. And, Hassel now has rare crystals.
Construction complete.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things happening. My engineer research. Let's get more engineering research. Why not? Have them reinvest in themselves. I can support 2 more ships, so let me get that out of my shipyard. At the end of this month, I'll be able to build 1 more. And this is sort of my, like, max fleet before I get heavily taxed. And that puts their fleet power only at superior. Another thing I ought to do is either enforce Sooth and Gossick, or capture Bidon, start capturing this line here, and putting bases there to prevent easy incursion. Tribano also is a point of attack, so once I have the alloys, I can build up Tribano as well, because they could hop through the Fallen Empire and hit me at Tribano. Alright, so we got some additional resource access here from anomalies, which is nice. And we'll start tapping into those. Another thing I haven't done yet is Tribano, once I build that up, we'll get the trade goods. Oh, new contact. And
Situation log updated.
in their territory, they have an L gate. Lucky them. And some Imperium just had... Oh, these guys just had ethical divergence. So their base ethics changed a little bit. Interesting. Alright, so if Eartheus is going to be ours, which is a lot of resources and eventually volatile motes, which is really, really nice. These rarer resources, the motes, the crystals, what else did I have? There, more motes. They allow, and the exotic gases, they allow for higher tiered buildings to be upgraded. So things like research labs and alloy foundries eventually require them. So it's very, very handy to have them as raw resources that you don't have to manufacture. Honestly, it's very important for
Construction complete.
Alright, we're doing a big old land grab now. We have a max fleet. Once I get 200 alloys, I'm going to start reinforcing my borders. I have capacity for 2 more star bases, and I should definitely invest. Let's try to buy... Yep, there we go. So, I think I'm going to do Turbano first. Because if they start invading down this line, that's actually pretty close to Adam, where my fleets are stationed, so they can co-meet them. Whereas Turbano... is a potential weak spot. I don't know why Turbano over others. Don't ask. I'll do all of them. I'll start with Turbano, and then I'm likely to put unlike Hanman here. How angry? Oh, you're very angry with me.
Situation log updated.
Yeah, I might need bastions as well. We'll see. So this scientist just researched another Cybrex anomaly, which is great. I'm getting the Cybrex chain slowly completed. Alright, so Curie here has a lack of housing, so let's go ahead and build housing for them, and they're pretty soon going to lack jobs. Checking my other planets, the Glow here is close to not having enough housing, but they're okay for now. One thing I could do for them is save up and then clear some of these blockers. Yeah, I should do that. I should clear blockers that block the generator districts. So that would be... like the Shattered Solar Array. It's expensive, but worth investing in a planet I have colonized for sure. And let's go plop a starport on Sooth as well. And then I'll be at my starbase capacity. Anytime you go over capacity, you're allowed to. But it starts to cost you.
Situation log updated.
There is sort of a heavy tax on going past. That's okay if you have to pay it. What leader just became resilient? Oh, my governor. That's good. Although I'm looking to replace the governor as well. For a scientific governor or something like that. We'll have to see. Alright, so this Odd Factory have just abducted one of our colonists, but instead of demolishing it, I'm going to follow this quest chain. So the Glow just had someone disappear to the factory. That's okay. We research... In the interest
Special project complete.
of the roleplay of this series, we are happy to follow artifacts wherever they take us. Is sort of the squaring of that circle. All right, so there's a lot of sort of dangerous stuff happening over here. What I will do, actually, is... How close am I to getting the fleet... Okay, 41 months? Yeah, I'm not going to wait for that. I'm going to grab another leader here. What can I sell to grab a leader? A little bit of food. Oh, and get a trickster. Let's see. I'm supposed to name them something, right? Alright, we're going to name this one Marty, I believe. Alright, Trickster Marty, you are going to captain this armada. So now this is Marty's armada. Marty is going to follow Goom, and Goom, you're going to start clearing out stuff for us. So first I'm going to clear out the stuff that's in our own territory, as there's less pressure to grab it fast. Alright, more anomalies being researched. Okay, so this scientist really doesn't have any work left. I guess there's Wegmore. Let's double back to Wegmore then.
Construction complete.
So this is built, and instead of making it a bastion, I'm going to make it anchorage stations. And that will allow me to expand my fleets bigger, which is nice.
Special project complete.
Alright, let's get kinship, which takes less time for unemployed pops to demote themselves to a lower stratum. And then we'll have Bulwark of Harmony, which is really good in case I get attacked, because a defensive war allows me to build faster and fire better within my own borders. We just got shields research. And now I would have to say, let's get mining drone. No, let's do basic combat rolls. I like that better.
Construction complete.
Alright, Stimsys is fully built up. As you can see, I am getting trade from Trabano here. Which might attract pirates. We'll have to see. Alright, so this Stimsys ship is just going to stay here because we're potentially expanding our territory. And I'm just making sure my other scientists are being productive. And they are. They're okay. Alright, so this scientist here, Quafoth, or Kefth, I don't know. It doesn't have a U, so I can't pronounce it in English. We are going to actually travel back to Megaton and assist research there. And what that does is it has the leader just boost the research on the home planet. It's only worth doing if you have science being generated on these planets, but we do have one research lab. It's not much, but it's something.
Construction complete.
Alright, at this point, let's get Gossick. And then we'll have a hard border.
Construction complete.
And then Sooth, you're going to be anchorage stations as well. Now, anchorage stations, of course, aren't as defensive as bastion stations like I have. But they will help me expand my fleet, so they're offensive in nature. Alright, I'm really interested in being a patron of these artists that I just found. They will increase my unity. So I just sold pretty much every last resource I have to become their patron. So I'm expanding my science and my unity really as fast as I can, given the sprawling size of my empire. Alright, so because Atom, Glow, and Curie are all clustered together, they are all one sector, which is pretty cool. If we take a look at the sectors, this whole area here is one big sector, which is kind of nice that they're all under the same governor. And my current governor, of course, is really high level, so he's skilled. Still looking for a backup scientist. Haven't found one yet. That's alright. Zagoom here is going to sit at the jump point to this territory I have to clear combat-wise.
Incoming transmission.
And let's see. The Slaving Despots want a non-aggressive pact. No. I'm gonna turn them down. Well, guys, that's about all the time I have for this episode. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line. If you've enjoyed it, let me know through your comments or likes or subscriptions. And I do hope that you tune in next time for some additional Children of Adam in Stellaris. Thanks for watching. Catch you all later. Adios.